Hi everybody, Fred with Whitetail Strategies Guide Service. Doing some bluegill fishing today here in Vermont in an in-state lake. Originally came out for some crappies. Wanted to put some crappies in the freezer, and there's no better time to catch crappies than on the ice. We catch them in the spring too, but on the ice the fish are nice and firm. Sometimes easy to track down, but that didn't work out today, so we switched over to fishing for some bluegills, and I got a pretty good school underneath me now. We're fishing in 7-8 feet of water, and there's probably 2 feet of vegetation growing, and I'm just tickling the jig just above vegetation and trying to entice one of them to come out. They're being very shy today, not being overly aggressive, and that's been pretty much what's happened in the last 2-3 days. I've chased a couple different species, and it's been really slow, and sometimes that's just how fishing goes. Take the good with the bad, and you know, those bad days, they're not too fun sometimes. They're really cold, and you know, you don't catch a lot for fish, sometimes no fish. I've had those days, and you know, if you haven't had a day like that, then you haven't been fishing very long. But that makes those days where you have a lot of success that much more, you know, special. So let me see if I can get down in the school. Sometimes getting down in the weeds and give it a shake. And we're using 2 different retrieves today. One is a shaking lift, and another is just a lift and return. They're being very light biting, so it's sometimes hard to detect a strike, but spring bobbers help with that. I generally don't get into using the spring bobbers too much because I change rods pretty regular, changing up baits and seeing what works. Out here on the lake, and there is nobody in sight. It's cold today, but not that cold. It's just one of those out of the way places that I like to go, you know. It's by no means a secret spot, but not many people spend the energy to get in here. The bluegills, there's some eating size bluegills, you know, the 7.5, 8 inch, 8.5 inch. Most of the ones you're going to get are 5.5, 6. That's probably an average, so 8 would be a real good one. There's some perch in here, crappies, some bass, but that's pretty much it in this lake, pond, or whatever you want to call it. And they're just being really slow. I'm going to try pause here and see if I can get them to strike. Shake and pause. Lift and return. We're also using the jiggerjack, which is something that I made in a previous video, and I'll show you that here in a few minutes. I'm using it as a dead stick, technique, only when the fish hits it. There we go. When the fish hits it, it will set the hook, and I'll be able to reel them in. This is a very small bluegill. Very, very small. And that's good, that's healthy. There's a lot of these in this lake. So there's plenty of fish. These are great for the bass. They love these. Good forage for them. But not big enough to eat. So I like to see that kind of numbers. They're very clean and very vibrant. I don't know if the video is going to show, all the nice markings and colors. But in that clean, deep water, the fish have great markings. See if I can get another bluegill's attention, maybe something a little bigger. Oh, there we go, I missed the fish. Shake and stop. Oop, missed them again. They're just kissing the bait. So you can see the end of my rod, so you can see really what I'm doing. Location is important, and time of the year, you got to have the timing right. Oh, just a fish. You can probably see that though. I got a mark that just came in a little higher. No, that's gone. There we go. Just not really feeling a strike. It's more of a weight on the rod. They're not really whacking it. Then I go down into the weeds, shake them up. And then try pulling one out of the weeds here. Location is important, as I was saying. Technique is probably more important. Bait, sometimes colors never matter. Sometimes there's only one color in your box that they'll hit on. And that's it. And those are usually the ones that you get broke off. There you go. A little bigger. Still not into the eating size. I can get my hands on it. There we go. Rod down here. Another bluegill. Beautiful fish. They fight really good. They school. They're a great fish to bring kids, first-time ice fishermen. These are an easy fish to find. Find weeds, you find bluegills if they're in that lake. We're wanting something, 2 or 3 inches longer than this one to bring home and eat. So back in the hole he goes. show you guys the jigger jack. Okay, so you can see where the rod's sitting in the rod holder, and the loop on the trigger with a line underneath this one and over the top of this one. And I have fatheads, small minnows tied on, a small hook, and a small weight, and just kind of dead sticking. But if the fish strikes, the rod will jerk up, it'll set the hook, and I can set my other rod down and pick this one up. It's sometimes helps a lot more, be able to fish with two rods. And now inside the jigging house, essentially I have a tip-up set up in here. Only there isn't a big huge flag, and I don't have to be right there, right on it, as we do with the jig sticks. It's so cold out. The jig in just a minute froze to the ice. It's using it's like a 4mm Fiska tungsten, tipped with spikes, very small. I've been downsizing all morning after chasing after the crappies, and small bait seems to work the best. So thanks for watching, and subscribe. I've got my list is growing. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. The video stuff kind of goes along with the guide service. Show you guys, a little bit of tips and what to expect when you come to Vermont, when I take you fishing. So watch for more videos, and I'm going to see if I got more fish coming. I'm going to see if I can catch some more fish. All right.